On today's episode, we're talking minicamp day one. We're talking new UFL signings. The Broncos just signed some guys from the UFL, and we're going to continue our deep dive into the OLine group. All that and more coming up, guys. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 11 of Still Up Sports. We are here talking Broncos. We got so many subjects tonight about the Broncos, guys. But my name's Cody Chapa. Welcome to Still Up Sports. It is currently 2 a.m. Mountain Time, about to be 2 a.m. Mountain Time. So thank you for sticking with me. If you are here with me, thank you. We're trying to normalize late night sports talk, and we're going to continue tonight. We got day one Broncos minicamp. We got some OLine Deep Dive, and then, we got some new signings the Broncos got, made. They signed some guys from the UFL. We'll see how we feel about that. Besides that, we got some Q&A. If anyone's got anything they want to say, drop it in the chat, drop it after the fact, drop it in the comments after the fact. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everything. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. It really helps. Every little bit of assistance helps when it comes to the engagement, guys. So I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So I appreciate the growth. I appreciate all the support that I'm getting from creators. And hopefully this may be our last stream on Streamlabs, and we're jumping over to StreamYards. I spent a lot of time the other night working on that, so we're working on finishing that. Yep, Cat's right here. We're ready to go, guys. Hope you're ready to talk about Broncos. We got some great stuff to go about. At least discuss. So here we are. Just want to say, I got home a little late, so I was trying to get back faster so I can go live a little faster, 30 minutes sooner, but it did not work that way, so I do apologize for making you guys wait. All right. So first up, guys, before we get into this, I want to give a huge shout out over here to Goonsville. So, you see me rocking this orange Denver Broncos color wave, with the royal blue writing. So it was a custom job, but either way, Goonsville's got some awesome stuff, guys. Go check out Goonsville. Look at all these awesome colors. If you're a Golden Knights fan, boom, beautiful. If you're a Raider fan, he'll even custom, cater to you. He's got some black and silver right there, black and gray. But in general, guys, I appreciate you guys popping over and checking out Goonsville. If any of you have already, if you haven't, there's some great deals over there. There's some great beanies, great hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff to take a look at. So, Goonsville is our unofficial sponsor, but Goonsville's guaranteed free ads for life. So, much love to Goonsville, and we're going to get into this. So, day one minicamp, there's been a lot of headlines. Biggest especially, Bo Nix, QB1 is back. QB1 is back in the building. His first practice, he did not participate in team drills or nothing like that, not even 7-on-7, but he did do some individual drills. He was off onto the side by himself. He did throw. He did get some throws in the waddle. The ankle looks good. From all the videos I watched online, it looked like the ankle looked pretty good. He was moving around pretty well. He was telling reporters that he can probably go if they needed him today. He said that he could be full go if he really needed to be. And it sounds like Sean said that he'll be ready by the end of the month, so they're just taking their time with him. They're not rushing him back, and that's probably the smart move right there, guys. Yeah, let me bring this back to me real quick. All right. Sorry, guys, I'm out of whack because I got back a little late, so I wasn't able to settle in like I needed to. But yes, let me get the chat up. Goonsville, awesome. Yeah, we're here, man. I appreciate you popping in. Yeah, guys, I'm out of whack, man. I got back way later than I needed to. And, I wrote my script and my notes and everything. I got all that dealt with, but I was running a little late. So I'm here. We got here. Yeah, go Broncos, man. Again, big shout out to this awesome hat, man. Goonsville killed it. Just fits in everywhere. Love this hat. Gonna probably be one. I'm only gonna bring one hat, maybe two hats to Denver because I know I'm coming back with a lot. But this may be one of the ones I bring. Yeah, guys. So Bo Nix looking well. He's moving well. Ankle's looking good. Bo Nix was making jokes saying that kids are talking about like, is his legs all bent or something? Is his ankles bent or whatever? He was getting roasted by kids at a playground. So, I think he takes himself too seriously, and I don't think he's taking any of this stuff too seriously. He knows that he's just fine. He knows he's on track, and it sounds like that Bo is on track. It sounds like they're not rushing him, just ease him back in, which is a smart move. He did talk about the fact that apparently that second surgery was about bone spurs. He was having some bone spurs, and he could have played. Apparently, he said that he could have played with it all year, and then addressed it next off season. But he decided to just address it now. He said that his doctor said that he should address it, so he did. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. The flag, dude. This was like $30. Like $30. It's like 5 by 8. It was huge, a huge flag, man. I love it though, man. It came literally before I did episode 10, and we rushed to hang it up and get it up before the stream. It's still new enough to where you could still see the creases in the middle, but we're working on it. It'll loosen up in a little bit, but yes, Opa, man. I got my Greek Goonsville hat, I got it hanging up right there. I figure I rocked the orange today. Been rocking the Greek one all week. Man, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 Goonsville hats. I don't think that's enough. Those sound like rookie numbers. I probably need at least 5 more. 5 more different colorways, but we'll get there. We'll figure that part out. Yeah, guys, so besides that... so he was saying that he could play like Bo was talking about like because I think it was Mike Kliss or someone that asked him about him when he bounces back from injury, he always kind of wins stuff, or at least looks better when he comes back from an injury, and or when he has like a surgery. And it happened where he went to like state champ and he won, and then he got injured and then came back at Oregon and won a lot of games. So he said that Bo said that he thinks he's going to be able to come back and maybe be able to, win a lot coming off of an injury, which is pretty cool because Bo has a history of it a little bit. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, everyone, thank you for being here. If you are here, drop your Greek flags in the chat. Drop them in the chat for Petros. Drop them in the chat for Goonsville. You are a busy man. Busy man. Yeah, I like the studio. I think it's getting better and better. Honestly, though, I was telling David Talks Broncos when I was doing my UFC 250 Freedom watch along that I have a studio that's honestly a little too nice for me. I'm going to grow into it. It's like a pair of pants that's a little too big for you that you got to grow into. That's how this studio feels because like with the tech and with all this stuff, I feel like I really got to grow into it. But yeah, no, the orange is perfect. It fits in perfect, man. I love how the orange pops on screen, man. It really pops great. I love it. Yeah, we're just chatting for the first another 5-10 minutes, guys. We're just easing our way in. We are talking Bo Nix and day 1 of minicamp. There was a lot of cool stuff from minicamp. Waddle. Per Philip Lindsay, he said that Waddle looks as smooth as butter out there. So that just sounds perfect. If Philip Lindsay, that's what he said today on the radio. He was talking about, how Waddle's looking out there, and he said, fast, and he said, smooth as butter. So, that's great news. Sounds like that Jonah Coleman guy. Sounds like Jonah Coleman's looking really good, looking fast. Sounds like that Jonah Coleman had a good day at practice today, catching balls out of the backfield as well as running too. So he is proven that he can be used as he can be used as a receiving back and running. He's an all-around back. He's not just he's not just your running back that you can't just trust out the backfield. He can do it all. So Jonah Coleman, that's some exciting stuff too. Oh, and then one thing about Cooper, guys. I said I'm not talking about Cooper till we get some results, but I guess this kind of counts. But they've excused him from minicamp. It's the tone around the Broncos keeps getting worse around Cooper. Honestly, they keep talking about how like they're disappointed or like apparently Sean Payton said they had meetings. So there's been meetings, not just one meeting, but meetings about Cooper now. And it's probably and then one other thing, guys, is hey, sweetheart. Yeah, I know. Yeah, guys, she wants attention. No, but Sean Payton was saying that this ownership, the Broncos, there's a standard, and he started talking about the standard of this team, and either way, he is definitely not participating in minicamp. Who knows if the Broncos move on from him? It seems like his future with the Broncos is definitely up in the air. But either way, there's a chance that he probably doesn't play anytime soon. Whether he ends up on the commissioner's example list or whatever, guys. So, there's a chance that Coop don't play. And if that's the case, I really like the potential that you have with Q Robinson and Jonah Ellis. But also, I do think like... It's a good thing to have 5 of them in there, and Von Miller, he could really teach a lot to those young guys. Some people want to try and get into Von's personal history and say it's as bad. It is not. And then also, guys, Cam Jordan. Anyone who wanted Cam Jordan, he's gone. He's back to the Saints. So the Saints re-signed him. It happened today. So Cam Jordan's back with the Saints. So if anyone wants the little nostalgia trip of signing Von, I understand that. And I'm big on what Von can teach, because Von was fully honest and about what kind of impact that DeMarcus Ware had on his career, and what he had on his mental output on how he thought about stuff. And in terms of that, I think that Von could really step in and play the DeMarcus Ware role, not just for Nick Bonito, but also for guys like Q Robinson and Jonah Ellis. And what I love about Q Robinson and Jonah Ellis is both of them guys are high motor, and they don't quit on the play. They can end up on the ground once or twice, because an O-lineman's put them on their ass twice in the play, and they're popping back up, and they're still participating or chasing down, the ball carrier. So they're all fully engaged. So I trust that whether we bring in Von, whether we don't bring in Von, I think we're in good hands still, because either way, those young guys get more reps or they get some great teaching. So either way, there's no problem there with what happens, whether you bring Von back or you don't, guys. So there's some positive there. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who popped in. I appreciate Goonsville. I appreciate my mother. I appreciate everyone who shows up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to reach 100 on YouTube, guys. I'm like right here on like having everything switched over on Streamlab. I got like all my animations and my intro, outro videos and stuff. I just got to figure out a few more things on there and make sure I know how to run a show. Like how to produce a show on there, because I've come to get better and better at producing shows here on Streamlabs. But I want to really master how I run my shows on StreamYard, especially because if all goes well, we're hoping to do a very long stream on the weekend. We'll go for 24 hours. We'll go for as long as we need, but I would like to really push to get to 100 subs. And if before the season, if we have to do a few really long streams to keep pushing and pushing on these subs, we will. But with StreamYard, it's going to be awesome, because soon we'll be able to get Petros on. And I know Petros is a busy man, but that's why we'll give him a heads up and ample opportunity. And if we're live for 24 hours, there's no rush on when you pop on, bro. You can come on out anytime you want. Even if you miss it, you can come on the next one. It's just I got to finish on the StreamYard stuff. But it's mostly set up. I got it mostly set up. I got all my stuff in there. I just got to figure out how to produce the show like that. And besides that, I got to start putting out some feelers and seeing if anyone wants to hop on. Besides that, maybe just record some cool stuff. Oh, and then I got some cool ideas, bro. I got some cool stuff that we can go do, Petros. Whether you come here or if you can't come out, either way, I got some cool ideas with what we can go do, for the Ville. Hey, sweetheart, you want to come over here? Come here. Come here. Here. Nope. She's just being needy, guys. She's being very needy. All right. But yeah, guys, so day one minicamp, let me know what you are excited for day two. What are you looking to hear? Sounds like Riley Moss might have had a rough day, but that's just day one of minicamp, so who knows if it was just a one and done thing. Riley has a lot to go up against. And, sounds like Court had a good days to an extent. I think it sounded like he was burning Riley, but it also sounded like Court dropped a pass or two. So, Court, has to step up. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Yeah, I did mention, so Bo did get to throw the ball earlier. Bo did get to throw to, Jalen and stuff like that. But Bo also was not in team period and stuff. So Jalen actually was looking really, really great, but a lot of those passes were coming from Jarrett Stidham. So Bo's still being eased back into the process, guys. And it's smart that you'd want to do that with Bo. Hey, man, you pop out, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm trying to knock out these subjects and make this an hour and a half long show so I can finish what I got to do. Yeah, man, I know you got a lot of stuff. Goons, stay busy. So, you keep up the good work, bro. Yeah, man, we're going to try to get you on the stream at one point. I know you got a busy schedule, so good thing is if I do go for 24 hours, it can be whenever you got 5 minutes. I don't care. However works for you, bro. And either way, I'm getting set up on Streamlabs, so if we have to cater to a day when you're fully free, we'll do that too. So I got you. You're fully welcome on the show. This place is an open platform for Goonsville, open platform for you, man. So you're welcome on. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you do like, subscribe, comment. Goons got goons. Go put on, man. I know you got a big day. Yeah, if anyone's not paying attention, one quick little shout out to Goonsville while he's in the chat before he pops out, guys. Go check out Goonsville. Go get some of that same mesh beanies, $20. Great deal. Go check out the Halloween, It's never too early to get Halloween, I was just wearing the St. Patrick's Day. I was wearing that on the UFC stream. If you're Greek, go support, I know you'd probably look great in this. The Mile High Navy, orange and navy. I'd love that hoodie. $60. Great deal, guys. So go check out Goonsville. Go check out and go support Petros. That's all we do over here is we support each other. So much love, and you have a great night, Petros. Keep killing it, bro. Oh, yeah, more coming out. He's never stopping, man. This man has never stopped. Petros is an innovator, and innovators, they're up late at night. They're watching Las Vegas, and or they're getting a pump in, and they're just, putting in work during the day. So go check out Petros on and Goonsville, guys. Go check them out on Instagram, Goonsville's always killing it. And Goonsville's family, so go check out Goonsville and support. But yeah, guys, so there's not much on minicamp day one. We'll probably keep getting more and more as it plays out. But again, Bo, there's videos. You can go check them out for yourself. Bo's ankle's looking pretty good. Hey, man, I see. If I wasn't on stream right now, I'd be watching Sopranos. So I was watching Sopranos, and I was just putting in a lot of hours, sitting on the computer. Yeah, in Las Vegas, it's always fun to watch people pull out flip phones on a TV show. That's what happens watching Sopranos, watching Las Vegas. You see these people pulling out flip phones, and it makes no sense. All right. Yep, you have a great night, big man. Pop out. Go get your rest, man. I appreciate you, Goonsville. I appreciate you guys. And again, if you're watching after the fact, it never hurts to like and comment. We're trying to just grow every day. We're eyeing a nice solid long stream on the weekend. It all just depends on how fast I get the StreamYard stuff switched over. If I have to do a long stream on the weekend, still on Streamlabs, I will. I just got to figure out how to produce the show now at this point because I've already got everything switched over, so I just got to figure it out. Yep. Much respect to Goonsville. All right, guys. So besides that, that's a fun little discussion. We're trying to keep this show moving and going fast tonight. It's going to be a fast show. We're aiming for about an hour to an hour and a half, so I can really keep working on what I got to do, because I would like to do Friday's show on StreamYard as like a test run for the weekend. But if not, we'll see. Because I delayed a few things just so I can finish, setting it up. I just got to figure out how to produce the show now. I already got everything switched over. There's just some of the format and layouts a little different. So I'm just watching YouTube videos, so I'm getting there. Let's see, guys. Yeah, so that's talking mini camp. While we're here, let's go check out the all of our pages real quick, so you guys can go check out and go support us. We're on Twitter, guys. Come check us out. 93 followers on Twitter. Would really appreciate getting to 100. Again, that's some of the video, guys. Per the Broncos, they fully own that. That's their video, so not mine. But that's per the Broncos. Look at the running backs, looking great. So shout out to the Broncos. That's all them. Yeah, you could tell, guys. Sometimes I'd be cooking with these some of these gifts I've been using. That's my favorite one, is the Bo Nix and Ice. That's hopefully, just imagine a ring on there, nice Super Bowl ring added to this meme. It'd be great. All right, guys. So we're gonna jump over to the YouTube. Whoops. All right, here we go. It always goes back to the first stream. All right. We're at 76 followers, guys. Subscribers. Definitely subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, if you are interested in late night sports talk. I know the product's a little rough at first, but I think we learn something new and get some stuff done every day. So the trajectory is always up. So definitely, come check us out if you're watching this, not live. Definitely, hit subscribe. What can hurt? You can even subscribe and don't even turn on your notifications if you don't want to. I just appreciate all the support. We're chasing 100, and we're really chasing 500 by the beginning to the middle of the season, hopefully. We don't want to do the whole season at below 500. We want to reach at least 500 during the season. There's a goal of 500 by the end of the season for sure. So we want to really push, guys. So I appreciate if you go check out YouTube, go subscribe, on Still Up Sports. All right, and then on TikTok, guys, 26 followers. Go check us out, go subscribe. Always trying to work on the TikTok, always trying to work on the YouTube and everything else. We're on Instagram, so go check us out on Instagram, guys. 102 followers. Maybe go give us one or two more. I'd appreciate it. So guys, so that was me the other night. I was putting in some work. We're mostly figured it all out. It's just there's certain things that I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm trying to make sure I know what I do. Because if I'd rather have a clean production and do it off of StreamYard than do my first one on StreamYard and have it all messed up and stuff. So we'll practice and figure it out, even if I have to record or see if I can get someone to pop on with me and do some stuff offline. Or at least not live, so then I can practice and figure it out more, I will. But yeah, guys, so go check us out on any of the platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X. Go check us out. We're on all of them. So yeah, guys, we're on all these platforms. A like, a comment, it all goes a long way. All right, guys. Yeah, so we're going to dive into the offensive line now, guys. We have been looking into these position groups, and it's not necessarily been us saying who we think will make it. We try to give our best guess, but we were not fully sure exactly, because this can play out anyway. So in terms of our position group deep dives and stuff, we just kind of go with a new one each show, and we just go from there. So we're just doing the whole offensive line at this point. So I got my notes right here. You can kind of see it all on there. I got my notes. So, we know our starters, everyone knows that it's Bowles, Powers, Wattenberg, Quinn, and then Mike McGlinchey. Those are your starters. Now, Powers is on, a contract year, so if you choose to want to maybe do something, You may have a potential hole there in the future, at left guard. So, keep that in mind. That doesn't mean you have to, just a possibility. Especially because you just re-signed a guy like Palcho, who, when you look at your position groups, is someone that you can count as a tackle and a guard. So he's a swing guy. And then, besides that, guys, we'll just jump right into the rest of the guys at their position groups. So, like your centers, you got Wattenberg, Alex Forsyth, and then Michael, I think it was Dieter or something like that. I think you're only going to keep two. You're just keeping Forsyth around. So, Wattenberg, Forsyth, that's my opinion. Unless you are really that big of a anti-Forsyth fan. I understand why you wouldn't be a fan of Forsyth because of what happened that one time in that Chiefs game, but we can all put that behind us. That's in the past, right? I would say it's in the past. All right, guys. So, we'll go straight to guards at that point because there's not much really there with center. We know who our center is, and we just paid Wattenberg not long ago. So there's not much there. And it's not like we're talking about like who's here, who's there, who's staying. It's just more like we just talk about these guys. We look at them all. Like once we get into Matt Pert or the Frank Crum, the Palchevskis, those are all great guys, great backups that at one point did something. Pert, I think he got hurt in the Jets game. So that was unfortunate. But I mean he came in and played I think most of that game. Let's see. Hold on. Let me check these questions. All right. How's everyone looking at OTAs? Who's the biggest player that is looking good in OTAs? I don't know if there's like one that's just looking like the biggest that's looking good. Everyone has their player they're interested in. One could say like it was awesome that Bo's back. Yeah, Bo will be ready for the season. He'll be ready by the end of the month from how Sean Payton said. So to answer your question, yes, Bo is going to be ready for the season. Nothing to worry about there, guys. And then, your question about, how's everyone looking in OTAs? Sounds like everyone's looking pretty good for the most part. Sounds like Riley Moss might have had. Now, that was OTAs, not minicamp now. We are in minicamp, not OTAs. But, I mean, all of it is just some sort of camp, so I understand if you get it mixed up. Some people get it mixed, all mini camp, training camp, OTAs, rookie mini camp. They get all this crap mixed up. Sometimes it's not easy to keep up with if you're just, a normal sports fan. If you're not someone that like pays attention to like the roster or like the back of the roster or stuff like that, then it's not like you're gonna probably understand the difference from all these, mini camps, rookie camp, training camp, OTAs, all that crap. It's hard to keep track of if you don't really know. So, to answer your question though about like who's been looking good at like mini camp though, instead of who's been looking good at OTAs, I would say a lot of people have been heaping praise on Jalen Waddle, of course, just saying he's fast, saying he looks great, saying that he just belongs, saying that he looks different. There's a lot of praise towards Jalen Waddle. Ain't nothing different there, guys. Can't deny that there's a lot of praise, hype, excitement with that. I would be fully excited too, guys. All right, we got a play call. Yeah, it is. It's very confusing when you have rookie mini camps, and then you have, training camp, but then you have OTAs, and then you have mandatory mini camp, and it's like, well, all of it sounds like camp to me. So, I understand that for some people, it don't make sense. They don't make it easy for some people to understand. Some fans, all they need to understand is who's on the roster, week one. But no, with guards, guys, you got Quinn and Powers. Quinn Miners and Ben Powers, those are your starting guards, probably, obviously. And then you got guys on the inside that are flexible. You got Alex Palchevsky, who could play tackle, play guard. You got, Cage Casey, they drafted him. He played tackle, but, I think he's going to end up as a guard. I truly think he's going to settle in as a guard. You got Calvin Throckmorton. Some people remember him from last year. You got Nick Argulo. I think he may have had an injury last year. I'm trying to remember. It's hard to remember some of these guys, like these backups from last year, and like who these guys were during like the preseason last year, or like during training camp last year. But I think, and then you got like Nash Jones. I don't know much about him. Some of these depth guys I don't know about. My best bet is that I would like automatically just like who's making it, who isn't. I think it's fair, you keep your starting fives, of course. You go Palchevsky, you go Frank Crum, and you keep Forsyth. I would go that way. Keep your starting five, go Forsyth, Palchevsky, Crum. I don't know if you need Pert. I don't know if you need any of these other guys. Maybe you try to slip one or two of them on the practice squad if you want to. Here guys, the cat loves when I turn on the lights. When the lights turn on and she knows that I'm about to stream, she gets excited. She hops on the chair. She gets excited. She gets vocal. I think she knows that we go live. So she tries to get famous, but she's right here. She's right here. She's just off screen by like a foot. So if anyone came here looking for cats, she's there. I'm just not going to adjust the camera. I'm leaving the camera there for tonight. And that's mostly because we're aiming for a quick show tonight. I'm the only one doing late shows, so I could choose how long we go. Who's going to stop me, right? So we'll just choose how long we're going tonight, just because of the other stuff I really want to do, because I got some videos I want to watch. Because with having StreamYard set up, I just want to finish out how to do a few more things. There's some tweaks that I still have to make on there, and it would be nice to have that set up and dealt with, so then we can start scheduling guests and interviews and stuff. Even if we have guests on and we just record with them and then go live after, or just air stuff, that'd be fun. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweet little girl. Yeah, we got a little girl right here, guys. Sweet old lady. She's a little girl, but she's an old lady at the same time, too. Alright. Alright. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions about the offensive line, drop it in the comments, or like who you think is making, who they're cutting, who maybe doesn't get cut, who's on the bubble, who maybe makes the practice squad. You're probably just running back with the same starting five last year, and then, add Forsyth, add Crum, add Palchevsky. That's it. That's my guess, guys. That's just my guess. You go with eight offensive linemen. That sounds pretty solid to me. Crum's a favorite, Palchevsky's a favorite. The Forsyth, I don't know if he's a favorite, but, I think he's shown some growth. Let's see, guys. Yeah, so if you're here with me right now, it is currently 2:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you for showing up, guys. Here at Still Up Sports, we're just trying to normalize late night sports talk. Even if it means just being up at the latest hours of night and talking sports, that's what we're doing. And yeah, currently we're talking about Broncos offensive line. The rest of your players will jump into tackles. You got Garrett Bowles, you got Mike McGlinchey, you got Matt Pert, Frank Crum, Alex Palchevsky, and Tyler Miller. Again, I just think you run with 8. I think you run with your starting 5, and then you just add Forsyth. I think you add. I don't know if you need Cage Casey, unless he's battling out with Frank Crum, but I think Cage Casey you can get onto the practice squad. I think he's a slip him to the practice squad guy this year, unless he just really looks that good and you want to add him on. I think you just run with 8. You run with your starting 5 from last year, and you just run with Forsyth. You run with Crum and Palchevsky. Yeah, we're going to try to keep this one super short, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we keep it maybe at an hour-ish, just so we can run through a bunch of this and get some more stuff done tonight. It's been a busy week, and we're using as much of this off-season as possible to get stuff done and get set up and ready for the regular season. Because there's no way, if this was during the regular season, I would be switching over to anything. I'd just be sticking to one platform. But, with it being the off-season, this is the time to switch things up and get set up and rolling and get fine-tune some stuff and tweak some stuff and get it ready. But, so with the Broncos offensive line, guys, I don't know if you have any, opinions on the O-line. If you have any Broncos offensive line, opinions, I'll gladly hear them. I'll gladly take them. I'll love to hear them. Besides that, guys, I think we're going to jump into, our next subject. Yeah. We're going to jump into our next subject. The Broncos, they made some interesting additions. They signed 2 studs from the UFL, both members of the Battlehawks. One of them is a 2-time UFL Offensive Player of the Year. Currently has the most yards in UFL history. He's played in the NFL, I believe, 2 games or something like that. Didn't really produce. I think he was an Eagle when that happened. This is his 3rd or 4th time back in the league. He's been at the UFL a few times too. But good on him for just never quitting. He never gave up on his football career. He's still going. You can hear the dog in the background. He's running around. Let's see if we can get a dog on here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Nope. He's camera shy. Poor dog's shy. All right, guys. So, his name's Hakeem Butler. If you don't know Hakeem Butler, he's the St. Louis Battlehawks stud wide receiver. He's been looking really good these last few years in the UFL, and who knows what he can do. Some people think that he has no chance of making this team. Some people think he has a chance to really make this team. Some people think he could be a hybrid, dynamic player. Some would argue that that's been tried with him before. But in my opinion, you're at the point where you're just trying to load up on depth, and you're trying to be better and better each day. And you're about bringing in the best of the best of competition that you can get. So I have no problem with bringing in Hakeem Butler. He could very much push Lil Jordan Humphrey. He would be your boundary, perimeter, big guy that can definitely block. But that's if he's better than Lil Jordan Humphrey. Either way, I just love the idea of bringing in real high-level competition for this room. I love keeping these rooms honest and keeping them filled with all kinds of competition, just like you're going to see with our next guy, Sean Fresh. He great returner, potential there. I will say, because as we're getting into both of them guys, so we'll get back into Butler in a second, but Sean Fresh, his teammate from St. Louis Battlehawks as well, he may have a better chance, more interesting case because of the return ability. And I think Sean may have even talked about how he liked him as with some of the nickel ability that may be there, maybe as a backup, towards Jaquan would be kind of cool. Maybe as Jaquan's backup. But Sean Fresh, guys, there's a slight chance that maybe you see Marvin Mims either getting traded or just getting used more on offense, and they don't want to use him as a returner. Sometimes last year you had returns where you had guys like it was Tyler Bidet or Jaleel McLaughlin opposite of Mims, and those were the ones having the return, and it was not going well. So maybe this is just a case of getting a second, high-level returner that you can put next to Mims. I think that's something you may see become common in the league, is having a second high-level returner. You may need two good level returners on your team to be able to really keep the other team on their toes. Besides that, guys, two solid, members of the Battlehawks. So you will jump back to Hakeem Butler, but he is 30 years old, so he is up there. But 240, 6'5". Again, I don't know. I don't think he's getting 88 because that's what he wore, as a Battlehawk. I don't think he's wearing 88. I don't think they're giving him that. But there's a lot of possibilities there. Some people think there's some hybrid stuff there with him because he's a very big receiver. Think about, I wouldn't even say like you could be like, oh, let's use him as a tight end, as a hybrid. No, but you can create a nice formation and use him out of some of those positions and look for some mismatches. Maybe him on like a linebacker. There's some chances that with this Hakeem Butler thing, it goes either one way or the other. Where we're talking about a guy that they're trying to get on the practice squad, or maybe makes the 53, or a guy that never even had a chance for both. So with Hakeem Butler, guys, just stay tuned on that because anything can happen there. And then with Sean Fresh, I think he has a better chance to really make this team, or at least push or really compete. Again, I just love that they're bringing in competition all around at returner, another solid guy to compete at nickel. They got another guy in Hakeem Butler that can really push this wide receiver room. Waddle and Cortland, clearly you're established 1 and 2. Everyone else in that room has to really compete their butt off. From Marvin Mims to Pat Bryant to Troy Franklin to Lil Jordan Humphrey, Michael Bandy. You got all these guys. You got Devon Key's brother, who's out there trying to really battle for a practice squad spot. Maybe he could take that from him. So we'll see. The point is you should be grateful that there's so much competition on this team, and they're still adding competition. They're still adding depth. So I think that there's a lot of guys on this team that no matter what, you're going to see starting for other teams next year. And it's just due to, process of elimination. We couldn't keep them, but they're still good enough to start on other teams, or at least contribute in high levels to other teams, guys. I'm excited with the UFL. The UFL bringing in normalizing spring football better than other leagues have done it, better than the XFL did, better than the USFL did. I think the UFL is really killing it. And then they had 50%. They had 50 Cent, performing at the UFL Bowl, the United Bowl, I believe they call it. They're getting pretty good. I like what they're doing at the UFL. It's becoming a true minor league to the NFL. You're going to see, I don't know, guys, maybe like 20, 30 guys from the UFL at least get calls or show up at camp for some of these teams around the NFL. So these guys that, played in the spring league with the UFL have a chance to, at least try out or practice with some of these big teams, or at least reevaluate their football careers as well, or go back to the UFL too. And the UFL is only getting better and better, guys. If I had it my way, if I was running the UFL, I would be doing anything to get John Gruden to coach a team. I don't care. I'm getting John Gruden in the league. I would do that in a heartbeat. I would do anything to get a bunch of good guys in there. Oh, we got a cat, guys. We got my son, my co-host, the love of my life, my reason to wake up every day. Now we're just letting it go to his head. But this is my son, guys. He's a Broncos fan. He's a 5th-generation Broncos fan. See, I say come for the sports, stay for the cats, guys. And this is what we do. We're staying for the cats. We didn't have a lot to talk about, but I wanted them to hop on no matter what and keep true to, trying to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday when we can. When I get off the stream, I'm going to keep working on some stuff on the computer, but we're aiming for an hour and a half at the latest tonight. We're not trying to go too long. We got stuff to do. And this off season is the best time that if we're going to do short streams, or if we're going to jump off, or if we're going to do things like this or that, now's the time to do it and get everything sorted before the season starts. Yeah, guys, so if you have any comments, questions, let me know after the fact. I think we'll just go for 1 hour, 1 full hour tonight. So it's not going to be a crazy stream. We're going real short. I was a little all over the place in the beginning of the stream, guys. I was rushing home, and I did not get back as fast as I thought I could. So, we tried our best. Yeah, let's ask you what he has to think. Oh, wow, guys. Wow. Look at that, guys. He's literally giving you guys hugs. He is literally hugging you guys. Can you believe this? The nerve. You guys don't even buy him his food. You don't even change his litter. You guys don't even play with him. You don't even bring him outside onto the patio to let him sit under the patio swing and be nosy and, spy on the neighbors. That's all he does, is he goes outside, sits underneath the patio swing, and he just spies at the neighbors. Creepy little cat. Creepy, creepy cat. Yeah, he's the creepiest, but we love him anyway. He's a sweet boy. Round of applause for the cat. Round of applause for the kitty cat. We love kitty cats over here. We love animals. Yep, see, he's so sweet. He just wants to hang out. He sees me sitting here, and he just wants to hang out and sit with me the whole time. Yeah, guys, we're just going to sit here for another 10 minutes and talk. So something I was saying about, how I was saying we would like to do a long stream. This weekend we may go, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be a 24-hour stream, but we may go for longer than we have before. We've gone over 5 hours on our watch-along. The UFC watch-along was over 5 hours. That was easy because we had something to watch and pay attention to, and we had plenty of chat going on for that. But if we go for maybe a 12-hour plus long stream, maybe more, 12 to 24 hours we will, because we're trying to really push over that 100 gap on YouTube. And if I have to do it when everyone's awake to get some extra attention, I will. It just might help me to occasionally do some shows while people are awake. Even though we do late night shows, it might benefit me and the channel to do some stuff that at least caters to the daytime crowd a little bit, just so it's out there and people can figure it out more that we are up here late at night still talking sports. And there's not really anyone in the chat right now, so because there's no one here, no questions, nothing, we don't have any Q&A to really do. So this would be the part where we're doing Q&A, and I mean, we would have stuck on these topics. I really rushed really fast through them, guys. I rushed through all that stuff fast. And that's just because, it's day 2. So day 2 of minicamp, we'll have new stuff to talk about. We'll probably pop back on again, later tonight when I get off work. We may go as often as we want. I say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. That doesn't stop us from going 5 days a week if we want to. It all depends on how we're feeling. I'm my own boss, guys. Well, besides what you tell me what to do, guys, I'm my own boss, so I tell myself what to do. So if I say we cut off the stream early because no one's hanging out, and we want to figure out some more stuff, we'll do it. But we're just hanging out for probably another 10 minutes and just chatting with you guys. If anyone else pops in, we'll wait another 10 minutes to see if someone pops in. If not, we'll jump off tonight just because we really want to finish figuring out how to produce these shows. Everything's already in and set up on StreamYards. I just got to figure out how to run the show and stuff. So I'm going to go on there and I'm going to record some stuff and see how it comes out and see if there's stuff I have to mess with or see how it all looks. Because if all goes well, we'll make sure we'll have a proper stream Friday on StreamYards, hopefully. And then we'll try to do, the big stream on the weekend on StreamYards. Worst case, we're still doing it, but we're doing it on Streamlabs. A few more things, guys. UFC 250 Freedom, that was a good card. Minus some of the political drama that came out of the event, and definitely continues to come out of this event. I am quite satisfied. 7 knockouts, 7 TKOs or KOs. I loved them. It was a good fight. It was a good card. If you were introducing someone to like combat sports for the first time, that would have been a good card, minus the politics. Like just the card alone, it was a deep card. And I think the UFC, if anything they can take from this, is make cards that are that deep, or at least stack them harder or deeper. Do what you got to do to make the talent pool deeper, so each card is deep and talented. Do what you got to do to incentivize these fighters to aim for knockouts more. Keep this, sometimes keep these fights, standing, or keep them exciting, and you'll keep the fans happy. If fans want knockouts, they want excitement. They can handle seeing some grappling and some submissions and stuff like that, but they prefer seeing some striking and some knockouts. Let's see. How do you feel about the Sean Payton deal? I love the Sean Payton deal. I loved it. It was a great deal. You got ahead of everything. You keep your coach around. I think he's like 62 right now. Who knows? But I think he definitely wants to coach in that new stadium. I think he is going to do anything he can to try to get this Super Bowl. He may coach in his 70s if he needs to get this ring. He wants to get a ring, and I don't blame Coach. Coach is he's earned it. I think the Saints weren't able to get him back there. They got close a good few times, and Denver's gotten closer and closer. So this may be his last chance, but I like that the position he's in. I like the position that the team is in right now. I love that he's going to be able to really be a good resource for Davis Webb and for Bo. Especially for Davis. Davis gets to call plays and have a Hall of Fame coach to lean into, a Hall of Fame play caller to lean into. That's some amazing resource right there, guys. It's a great resource. All right, guys, 5 more minutes, then we're going to pop off, just so we can get some stuff done tonight. I got some other stuff I got to do later today. Personal, outside the work stuff. Outside of work, outside of home stuff. So, we got some other stuff to do. And by the way, UFC, like watch-alongs for sports in general, guys, those are going to be every weekend, unless I'm not at the house. If I'm not at the house, that means I'm at a sporting event, whether it's a UNLV event, whether it's an arena football game, whether I'm at a soccer game, whatever. Sorry, guys. But yeah, no, so, like that UFC event, I know David did say that, he hopes that we do those again. We are definitely doing them again. We're going to do them at least once or twice a month when it comes to UFC. I do know for International Fight Week, I am going to be down there. I don't think I can get into... I don't think I'm going to go to the fights, but I might look into getting into at least the press conferences, at least to see a Conor McGregor press conference. Maybe see Conor McGregor in person. That'd be kind of cool. Definitely going to hang out for all the fan stuff during International Fight Week. Try to meet some fighters. That'd be awesome. Maybe get a fighter to come on the show. That'd be cool. See what kind of NFL team they support. Hopefully they're Bronco fans. Maybe we'll find Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje just won. I met Justin Gaethje a few years ago, technically, at the UFC Noches. It was the Valentina fight. It was a good one. It was a good one. And Justin Gaethje was outside, shaking hands, kissing babies, all that stuff. future world champion type behavior. And now he's a world champion. Then Colorado, you have a world champion. Arizona raised, but Colorado local. So, go support Justin Gaethje. Congratulations to Justin Gaethje. Incredible. He was not my choice. I picked Ilya. So, I give Justin Gaethje the biggest round of applause. And that's just because of the fact that, man, he proved me wrong. I thought that Ilya, and there's a reason why Ilya was undefeated, guys. He's truly that dominant, but I don't think Ilya's ever ran into someone with punching power like Justin Gaethje. And he did not knock Justin Gaethje out. There's not one point in there where Gaethje was really under threat. The only time Gaethje was ever in distress, or at least you had to worry about him for a little bit, was in, I think it was round 2, where Ilya was chasing some subs. Besides that, there's nothing to worry about. Gaethje killed it. So, yeah, we're going to be doing UFC watch-alongs. We're going to do watch-alongs for whatever sports still on the weekends. During the regular season, we're locked in on NFL all during the NFL season, guys. But when the NFL season's not happening, we're free game to other stuff. So we can get practice, too. The watch-along was fun. We didn't do nothing. We just chilled. No script, no nothing, no plans, no stress. The Broncos show, I feel like, is a little more... there's a little more stress with how I do the Broncos show, or at least anxiety with how I do it, because I actually love the Broncos. So when I mess up anything on here, I'm really harsh on myself. Whereas the UFC, like the watch-along, that was fun. And I'm hoping that the NFL watch-alongs, the Bronco watch-alongs, are that fun too. It's just at the same time while watching them, I'll probably still be doing notes so I can prepare for a show after the fact of these watch-alongs. But it's going to be great when we have a couch right here and we have multiple people, because we're going to start doing guests, on the show like this or in person. It's going to be fun. Starting with Petros, Petros will be our first guest on the show. He's going to come on the air, and whether it's late at night like this, and if he wants to pop in late at night, or if he wants to pre-record stuff, Petros is our first guest on the show. But I already have extended an offer to a few people that if they want to come over during the season and watch the games here, they're very, very much welcome to. Because I'll have seating over there as well. So if I need to rotate people in and out on camera, we will. All right, guys. It's been almost an hour. We're just going to cut it right here, just so we can get some things done. We really ran through that stuff. We ran through the whole, UFL signings. Butler and Sean Fresh, there's some excitement there, guys. I'm excited to see the possibilities with Fresh, just because of the return ability. I think, the NFL's growing, especially with these new return rules. I think the game is changing to where you need 2 good returners. So I think that having a second returner is really helpful. And then, there's that potential with Fresh, maybe as a nickel backup. We'll see. I think that there's some stuff there. Again, when it comes to Butler, a lot of people are either, up or down on him. They think that, he's not even going to scratch the practice squad, not even going to scratch his team, nothing. You got other people who think that he can really steal Lil Jordan Humphrey's job, so we'll see. The Broncos O-line, that was, again, when we do these looks, guys, it's not necessarily like we're trying to say, this is who we cut. We're just looking at it. We're literally looking at the O-line. We talk about the guys so we get familiar with these names. And see who maybe makes it, who doesn't, maybe who surprises us, who we remember from last offseason that's here, all that stuff. Again, Jonah Coleman, yeah. Jonah's impressing, out the backfield and running the ball. So Jonah's impressive. Waddle's looking good. Cooper, it's just getting worse, excused from camp. They're talking about the culture out there, and there's been meetings about him, not just one meeting, but meetings. So Cooper, his future's definitely in the air. Yeah, so you got Bo coming back. Some people think that Bo's going to be MVP. I'm fully on board with this Bo Nix MVP talk. I think there was a small stint last year, at least a week or two, where people started talking about it, and then it was not realistic. Maybe this year he makes it happen. I mean, you see me wearing the dead threads, but you see the number 10 right here, guys. You see Bo right there. So I really do think that if anyone's going to do it, I think Bo can be an MVP. I think there's some other names and other people that can really challenge for that idea. But I think Bo could easily be an MVP. And yeah, guys, so Bo was like the headline at minicamp today. We'll see how it looks after a day or two with these headlines. I expect, because once I go off the air, guys, in a few hours, next thing you know, it'll be the morning, and these guys will be heading into camp. But I think that. I think in particular, guys, that, Bo Nix dominated the headlines day one. He might do it for another day or two. And, of course, that's your starting quarterback. He'd probably dominate the headlines. You'd want him to. But it's mostly because everyone's worried about the injury. There's nothing there. I think he's going to be just fine. He looks great. If you go pull up any video from day one of minicamp, you'll see Bo's moving on that ankle, running on that ankle. He's doing all right. He's fine. I trust that Bo's going to be just fine for the season. He did talk about the bone spurs. He could have played on him this year. He pushed it back, so he just wanted to get it dealt with. Instead of pushing it back like they wanted him to, he really just took care of it early and addressed it now, which made sense. So I'm not worried about his ankle. People want to keep talking about it. I don't think talking about it does anything to help anything now. But this was Bo's first practice of the off season, so. It was just good to see him out there, see him with the team, see him with his guys. All right, guys, we're going to keep this one real short tonight, so I appreciate you all for showing up. I appreciate you for popping in and hanging out with me. It's not always going to be this short of a show, but, sometimes we got stuff to do and no one's hanging out. We're going to wrap it up a little faster, and that's what we're doing tonight. So my name's Cody. This is Still Up Sports. Thank you, guys.